Let's make a review of this necessary tool, MySQL Workbench. First possibility that we used on the previous lesson, we can connect to the MySQL server. Yeah, when you click to this button, you can connect to your local MySQL server or to the server that run in Docker, but you need to install address to your Docker server and port that should match to your environment on the Docker. So, and here we have a query builder. We have clear the database environment. Yeah, MySQL is pretty clear, but we can create some queries. For example, show databases. This query call a request to our MySQL and show for us all databases instances that we already have. So let's run this query, and we have this button that run this script, yeah, and we can run using this button. It's just execute statement under the current cursor, yeah. So let's run our query, and we can see that by default we have information schema, MySQL, performance schema, and sys. It's kind of schemas that we review a little, just not for today, yeah, because it's a little bit more complicated stuff that we need to look, because, like example, information schema, it's basic schema that store all information about databases, table, columns, users, privileges, and everything that we need to make our MySQL server works. Yeah, it's actually a crucial schema that based on this schema, MySQL actually works with any databases in your environment. So you can see that we have different tabs right over here. We can click to the field types, and you can see that we have in this particular result, we have one field database that just type as varchar, yeah, and it's pretty good when you can check database and type what you have as the result of your query. Let's call something from the information schema just to show you possibilities of MySQL Workbench. Let's run this query, select star from information schema dot columns. What does it mean? It means that we want to select everything, star means everything, from the database information schema, from table columns, yeah. And when we run this query, we will see the result, yeah. It's data that MySQL actually works, yeah. Make a MySQL works, yeah. We have different fields. It's just some kind of service information, yeah, and you can see everything that we need, yeah. It's columns, yeah, and we can look at the type fields. We can see that we have columns, 22 columns in this table, in this grid, yeah, and we have table catalog, table type of this field, varchar, yeah, and so on and so far, yeah. I just won't go deeply to the details because we need to look every concept as you know, step by step, because in case if I just want to open you any details, it can be a little bit painful. Okay, the main point that I want to reach during this session, what possibilities of MySQL Workbench is, yeah, and you can see that we can build some queries, run it, and look at the result of these queries. Also, we have execution plan. An execution plan is kind of schema of our query. How, what is the plot of our schema, yeah, how we actually run and how can we execute this query on under MySQL engines. Yeah, and you can see that we have this kind of steps. Yeah, because SQL is kind of declarative language. We don't work with loops or any other constructions under the hood. We have directive approach. We just wanted to select something and we call select something from any particular database and table, whatever. Yeah, and this magic that under this query, it's of course a deep and hard engineering work to join data, to select it by efficient way. Yeah, and you can see that this query, it's not something that we are really see here. Yeah, it's bunch of loops that look at the keys at index and try to find the most optimal way how can we select this data by our request. Okay, and under query status tab we can see execution time and join, sorting, any kind of operations that we really executed during the query execution time. Yeah, and you can see a lot of details. Yeah, that could be, and I believe that would be necessary to know when you build something kind of complicated queries that select some particular slices of the data from your databases and schemes. Okay, so what can we do with our queries? Yeah, we can save our script to file. Yeah, you can select a location and then save your query to some script that you want to store on the hard drive. Yeah, and okay, so we're gonna look more deeply when we build complicated queries to the analytics stuff that can help us. And the most important stuff that you need to know, we can connect to the database. Yep, and then we can execute some queries and see through the result very deeply and very conveniently using this MySQL Workbench tool. Okay, so what can we do in the MySQL Workbench? We have this modeling tool. This modeling tool can create for us a very convenient way to build databases and tables and whatever we need to build. Okay, you can, like example, create schema. You can edit schema name. Let's, like example, call it test. Yeah, we can select character set. Yeah, it's very important stuff. Yeah, it still can be a trouble if you not selected the correct character set. Yeah, and sometimes it looks very ugly. When I have broken encoding, yeah, it's kind of stuff that probably you don't want to see in your application. Yeah, so right now I have standard way of encoding any information. It's UTF-8. Yeah, if you want to know more about encoding, I'll attach a link to the brief history how the encodings of symbols and stuff works. Yeah, so here we select some encoding that we need. Yeah, then we can save this. Yeah, so and you can create tables. Yeah, like example, let's create table test. We can select character set for the tables too. Yeah, and we can choose an engine. Yeah, for our table in our database. Also, you can add to the table columns. Like example, let's create column ID. Yeah, column just one sec. ID, data type int, primary key, not null, and here we have flag auto incremented. Yeah, it means that every time when we insert some information to this table, this ID, yeah, identifier gonna to increment by 1, yeah, and it means that we won't have inconsistency with primary keys. Yeah, of course we're gonna to look deeply through the details. Right now I want to review this too, yeah, and that's my goal. So let's create some column, like example test, yeah, and we can select data type, like example varchar, yeah, or year, date, blob, binary, anything that we want. Yeah, of course we will review these data types on the next lessons. Yeah, let's make it not null, yeah, and we can put something by default. Let's put here just string test. Okay, so, and you can see indexes, foreign keys, triggers, and even inserts. Yeah, we can insert some data, like example test 1 and then test 2. Okay, and even privileges. We can set up roles that can work with this table, yeah, and whatever we need to do in this tool, yeah, without any SQL and data definition languages and so on and so forth. So, and somebody wanted to ask me, what is the point? Yeah, I just create this schema, yeah, but how can I use it in my application? Okay, and that's very important step. Yeah, when you click to the file and then to the export. Yeah, sorry, I can't catch it by my device. Yeah, because it's kind of stuff that just doesn't work. And then you can select forward engineer SQL create script, and you'll see this window. Yeah, again, file export forward engineer SQL script. Yeah. You can select a path where you want to store your script, yeah, let's call it test SQL. Then you can select a bunch of options, yeah, like example, generate drop statement before each create statement. It's kind of some settings for your SQL script that this tool will generate. So generate drop schema, like example, sort tables alphabetically. Okay, so then we want to generate insert statements for tables, just to fill our tables by some data. And click next. Then you can export table objects, views, routines, triggers, user, whatever you want, yeah. Then you press next and you'll see this script, yeah, it's real database script, yeah. Just one sec, I just need to align this window, yeah, and you can see a full bunch of SQL that create our database with tables and whatever we need to have in our database, yeah. So you can see this information. We just create tables, create schema, we have everything that we need. So you can create your database in graphical mode, yeah, and as an output you will have this DDL, yeah, or data definition language, yeah, DDL, that define your schema, yeah, and you can run it at any place that you want. So MySQL Workbench, it's very powerful tool that can make your work with SQL and MySQL yeah, very easy and very convenient. So it was just basic review of this toolkit, and of course we're going to dive deeply through the data definition language and data manipulation language for the next lessons. Yeah, I just want to show you that this tool is very important. You need to install it, and it's crucial point for our course. Okay, so thank you.